Is this working? Yes, this is working. Okay, so hello everybody, and I'm very happy to be here to be able to read to you. Today we're going to read chapter 38 called To the Dungeon. I'm just wondering if the light is glaring too much. I hope not. Okay. The strange threesome made their way down the golden stairs of the castle. The princess and Meg walked side by side, and Roscoe hid himself again in the pocket of Meg's apron, and Meg pointed the sharp tip of the knife at the princess's back, and together they went down, down, down. The princess was led to her fate as The princess was led to her fate as around her everyone slept. The king slept in his giant bed with his crown on his head and his hands crossed on his chest, dreaming that his wife the queen was the bird with green and gold feathers who called his name, Philip, 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 without ceasing. Cook slept in a too small bed off the kitchen, dreaming of a recipe of soup that she could not find. Where did I put that? She mumbled in her sleep. Where did that recipe go? It was the queen's favorite soup. I must find it. And not far from the cook in the pantry, atop a bag of flour, slept the mouse, Despereaux, dreaming, as you know, reader, of knights in shining armor, of darkness and of light. And in the whole of the darkened sleeping castle, there was only the light of the candle in the hand of Miggery Sow. The candle shone in the princess's dress and made it sparkle, and the princess walked tall in the light and tried not to be afraid. In this story, reader, we have talked about the heart of the mouse and the heart of the rat and the heart of the serving girl, Miggery Sow, but we have not talked about the heart of the princess. Like most hearts, it is complicated, shaded with dark and dappled with light. The dark things in the princess's heart were these: very small, very hot, burning coal of hatred for the rat who was responsible for her mother's death. The other darkness was a tremendous sorrow, a deep sadness that her mother was dead, and that the princess could now only talk to her in her dreams. And what of the light in the princess's heart? Reader, I am pleased to tell you that the P was a kind person, and perhaps more important, she was empathetic. Do you know what it means to be empathetic? I will tell you. It means that when you are being forcibly taken to a dungeon, when you have a large knife pointed at your back, when you are trying to be brave, you are able still to think for a moment of a person who is holding that knife. You are able to think, you are able to think, oh, poor Meg, she wants to be a princess so badly she thinks that this is the way. Poor, poor Meg, what must it be like to want something that desperately? Reader, that is empathy. And now you have a small map of the princess's heart: hatred, sorrow, kindness, empathy. The heart that she carried inside her as she went down the golden stairs and through the kitchen, and finally, just as the sky outside of the castle began to lighten down into the dark of the dungeon with the rat and the serving girl. Next chapter, chapter 39, Missing. I'll see you tomorrow.